Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 4. Last time we took out the final easy snow track, and in this episode we're gonna go back to Rally, and we're gonna see what we got left for us in Paris. We gotta take down the George Paris track. George v Rally. Okay, so we have a night map, one of the few night maps in this game, and it's in downtown Paris. It's the Arc de Triomphe. So let's see. This track is very interesting because it's a lot of diagonals. And there's one section of this track that is very cruel if you don't know the layout of it, and it's pretty sure you can see where it's at. But I'll showcase this track either way. Anyways, I just found out there's audio issues with the last two episodes, I believe, where it was echoing for some reason. I don't know what caused it, and I don't know if it's going to happen for this episode, because I don't know what's causing it. Because when I tried testing it out to see if I could replicate it, it did not pop up on OBS, so I don't know what is going on there. I'm just going to assume the echoing's gone. I'm assuming I knew what did it. But if it's back, then I don't know. I'm just going to, what's it called, do an OBS update, I guess. See if that fixes it. So anyways, he baited for penalties to get me out of the race, but I'm gonna catch up eventually. So anyways, we're in a section that's kind of cruel. It's a lot of like tight, twisted turns that are like you have to know this so that way you know when to go fast and when to go slow. But anyways, we're almost caught up to him, so it doesn't matter anyways. Um, Give me a second. Okay. You guys saw that, right? I smashed like the side of his car. That doesn't count as a penalty. But earlier when I barely even tapped him, it counted as a penalty. Sometimes I don't understand how this game thinks. But you know what? That's okay. 'Cause this car has a Nike 1 2022. That would never happen. Anyways, we're basically on the home stretch now. It's basically guaranteed victory, I'm pretty sure. This car is like, even if we somehow make a colossal mistake, this car has the speed to catch up to get it. Like I was about to do there. I thought for a second that I could just cut a corner and turn, but I did not see the giant Gran Turismo stand us right there. But I saw it just in time and evaded, so just that. And give me a water bottle break real quick. Ugh. There we go. Now I can actually start driving again. And now we're really on the home stretch because this last turn is pretty much all that's in my way winning, and that's a problem. Never mind. What do they call it? As soon as I got speed on the stage, that's what I meant. There we go. We're done. So that was Opera. Probably one of my favorite rally tracks in this entire game. It's alright, you have to stretch real quick. Okay. So now that I stretched, I should be able to get this next race easy. So let's see what we can do with Opera Reverse. Let me check if this person from earlier left me a voicemail. I don't even have my voicemail set up, so never mind. They didn't do anything. Alright. Well then, let's just get reverse done. And we have the car that beat us on Ice Arena. The Delta HF Lancia. But now we're on a road, so we actually should be fine in what's it called doing this. Alright, let's go. So now that we actually have the upper advantage because there's more road, this car cannot win against me. Haha, you lose. I'm going to somehow mess up this race. I can feel it. Now that I said that. Sorry, winners. This track is one of my favorites because it's well, night. I like the nighttime tracks of Gran Turismo. It kind of makes them. It's kind of interesting to see how the developers kind of work to make these maps like look, because obviously daytime tracks there's not really much you can do there except for the background details, scenery around you. But with nighttime, you have stuff like lights and overall the track, the background details, and all that. It's interesting to see them like be creative with how they use all this, right? Because at least with George Paris, right. You have all these lights and you have the city streets, and it's interesting, right? And then on a track like special stage route, you also have like all these tall buildings with their lights on, because you know it's like giving you the sense that you're actually in the city on the highway. And stuff like that's kind of what makes you like these night tracks. They throw in these little details that really like living up the scene, right? Will make you believe that you're actually in a city. You know, except for all these like PNG people. If it wasn't for them, it probably be more immersive. But to be fair, it was 2000. It's not like you could do that. Other than that, these cities are still good looking to this day. Like Gran Turismo 4 is still a stunning looking game. Well, not so much stunning, because well, at least I've seen what games can look like on like max settings, and that's like stunning. But this game still looks really good, even though it's a composite. You can still see how just good it is. That's just something Gran Turismo's always kind of had. The games have always looked good. They all age pretty well, I'd say. I think the only one that really hasn't is like the PS1 games, and maybe 3. Because Gran Turismo 3 has one of the most cruel like opening parts of the game. Like if you waste your money on a car that's like not the Miata on that game, you are done. Like you're not getting back. And then I'm done talking about Gran Turismo 3. We're back to Gran Turismo 4, talking about what prize card we get for George v Paris. So let's see. 5,000 credits. And I don't know if you heard that, but I tilted my chair back and I started like a fart. So let's see what we get. I need to get some more water. My allergies are kicking back up again, so. We get the Alpine A310 1600 VE 73. Overall, this car is not going to be useful for rallying, but it will be useful for something else, which I will not be doing for a little bit. But there is a European event that requires a car from 70s below. So next up we have the Swiss Alps, and dirt tracks, dirt tires are required. So we are pretty much done with this episode. Next time we will be I'm gonna switch off of rally for a bit and go do some more events. So I gotta actually see what car I need to pick. But let's end it here. So next time on Gran Turismo 4, we will be taking down another professional event because I most likely will be going there next. So I will see you guys then.